Hello and welcome back. Today's topic is about building your personality by looking at others for inspiration. Now that's great. You can take others as role models and see how they built their career, how they built their personality, and how their life is seemingly so perfect, and how they will be able to achieve such high achievements and just high positions when they started from nothing. Basically, something similar to your current situation. Not necessarily nothing, but not where you want to be or where you aspire to be. Now, we need to tread softly here when we're looking at others for inspiration, because some people take others as the role model. Rather, you should be taking the concept or the value or their achievement as your source of inspiration, not the person himself or herself. Because that could be a double-edged sword or a double-edged weapon, meaning that if you look at a person, then you're idolizing the person rather than the value, his achievements, rather than the skills or efforts. Because if something were to happen to that person, then your motivation or your enthusiasm about becoming that would be thwarted. Meaning that if that person, wasn't involved in some sort of scandal or some sort of gossip, or the naysayers made something about that person, then all of your momentum will, be depleted or deteriorate. Why? Because you idolize the person rather than the value or what they represent. Because people are not always the way they seem. Those those celebrities, or maybe you're looking up to a famous politician, or you're looking up to a famous author, or an athlete, or a scientist, or whatever it may be. We talked last time about personalities or identities that are situational. You don't really know whether these people are the way they appear to be on camera. Behind the scenes, they might be something else. So if something from behind the scenes were to come into the spotlight, then you would be sort of depressed, and you would regress back to where you initially started. Why? Because you idolize the person rather than the concept. So it's great to take people as role models and as sources of inspiration, but focus on what they're able to do and how they got there and what that success represents, rather than on the person themselves. All right, it's story time. So I knew a person that was interested in politics, and they studied economics and political science in college, and they wanted to become a politician so that they could, influence reform. And this person idolized a certain politician. And actually that person would tell me a lot, this person stands for everything I want to be. See, again, he was focusing on the person rather than on the values, rather than on the core skills or successes that he wants to achieve. Now that person was involved in a scandal, and that person's reputation was grounded. Now then this friend of mine, his interest and his enthusiasm about the field and becoming a politician, or entering into this discipline or into this career path, almost completely went to waste. Because he wasn't enthusiastic anymore. And he was actually, because he was saying, oh, look, all politicians are like that. They're all fake. They don't really want anything. They don't want to influence any changes or any positive impact. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of this dirty mess, were the exact words. So once again, when you're taking people as role models, pay attention to what you like about them, or what they represent, rather than the person themselves. See you next time.